It's about a author who's not very successful, called G.H. Fretwell, and he goes on a book tour. He leaves his wife and child behind, and he goes to a town to sign books, like I'm doing now, and no one turns up, so it's very embarrassing, and it starts as embarrassing, and then things get worse and worse and worse for him, and there's criminals, and there's murder, and there's the police, and there's paranoia, and there's being chased all around the city, and yeah, so there are dire consequences for poor Fretwell as the story goes on. In French, I'm not sure what it'd be a black comedy in English, so comedy noir, so funny and yes, a little bit of a thriller as well. A departure from the things I've done before. Before I've done romantic comedies, I've done stories about unemployment, sociological stories, like Ken Loach sort of things, and so this is different, and I've drawn it in a different style, kind of slightly retro, mid-20th century, because it suits the things I was influenced by, like the Third Man movie with Orson Welles. Good question. I always like to draw, so I started with that, and comics, of course, there's an awful lot of drawing, so I like to draw and I like to tell stories, and they seem to work together for me. And I didn't intend to do comics initially. I was going to be an illustrator, and then at the very last part of my degree for illustration and graphic design, I made a comic book. I just one, and I thought, c'est fini, I'd never make another one, but it lured me in, and so I've been making them ever since. I haven't given up, I've become addicted. A favourite comic book would be the series Monsieur Jean by Dupuis Barbarian. It's very witty and romantic, and kind of a slice of life story, and drawn in a very beautiful way. Yeah, I love that as a French book.